You know, and I know, and they know, and we know, we go all in. You know, and I know, and they know, cause we know, we go all in.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the newest edition of What You've Been Missing. It's your boy K Dizzle DC. Half of the dynamic duo is Half Streams.
Mm.
What up, Half?
Oh, we here.
We're
How you
here.
doing?
We are
Good,
here.
good evening. Good
Time
evening.
is
Happy
alive
Sunday.
and well. Happy Sunday. That's all on me. Hey, look, man. I love the hat, by the way. We're gonna get into that, but I love
Yes,
the
we
hat.
will.
Shout out to
Yes,
him.
we
Wait a
will.
minute. I
Serve
have
it up now.
Wait a minute. Let me disappear for a minute because I know it's
Look at that. See, unfortunately, you guys won't be treated to the ambiance of my setup tonight because we have to zoom in. But thank you, K Dizzle, for letting my picture get some
I
airtime.
had to let it rock because you showed it to me and it's just super dope, bro. It's super dope, yo. But they had to see it. They had to let it rock, man. But look, man.
Episode 18, we're here, man.
Episode
We're
18,
here.
we're here. We're here. We're live. And I love it, man. Look. Man. A lot to talk about this week. A lot to talk about this week. Before we go in deep, man, let's get the 410s in the
How you
building.
been doing, man?
Bro, it's been a
Let
beyond.
everybody come in, man, because you started late. Tell me about what you've been doing.
Look, this week has been ridiculous. I am
Hey,
literally
Ma. What's up,
Literally, hey
410?
mom, what's going on? I am literally sitting in still in my swimming trunks. I ain't gonna lie, because my sisters, I know they watch right now. But coming from my sister's house, like I said, one of the things, Happy Sunday Realities Podcast. What's up?
Shout
What's
out to Ray
up?
Alex. They just had a real good show, man. I was watching them before we went on air.
Yeah, yeah.
They definitely her and Gina did their thing. Shout out to Ray Sean.
Shout out to Ray Sean. Shout out to Gina, man. We got to do it again. There's Melinda. Carter's is watching. As always, we love y'all. But no, I am
Hey,
literally
Mrs. Carter.
Hey, the Carters. Congrats again, man. But look, one of the things that my siblings and I do every now and again is we have a get together. We bring the family together, or we just bring us together. We chill. We talk about life. We talk about love. We talk about relationships. We do all of it. I got four sisters, and we talk just about everything, man. And so Sunday today was that day, and I ran a little over, which is why we're a little bit late. But shout out to my sisters. I love y'all. And I cherish every single moment that we have. So we had a family. We took them to the pool. I'm still in my swimming trunks, but we gonna do this show. Goddamn it! Same way
Hey,
my
man.
man Hef was in Miami on the balcony looking just spiffy. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? We're
we be
committed to the
consistent,
cause.
man. We 18 episodes in, 10 toes down. Whether it's swimming trunks or South Beach, we gonna be here, right?
There it is. There
Lord willing, right? So we appreciate y'all for checking us out every Sunday night. Just like every night, we got some stuff to talk about later on. But let me ask you a question, man. How you been holding up? You said you out there, in the water and stuff. How you been holding up with these cicadas, man?
What? Yes. Okay. So cicadas are everywhere. Cicadas are in the swimming pool. Hey, Shanae. Cicadas in the swimming pool. They out the swimming pool.
What's up, Shanae?
Just a fact of life at this point. Everybody's been talking this week about how much these cicadas have been smacking their windows. They've been running them over, a little bit of everything else. The easiest way to understand it is this: they don't bite, they don't sting, they just horny little bastards that are running the streets. That's it. That's all they do. The first 2 weeks, they come up and do the shell thing, and then the last 4 weeks, they just get busy with it. They make all that noise. It's the call sign to come get that D. and move on with life. Go back in the ground and do their thing every 17 years. I think
I
this
felt
year,
bad for him, man. I felt bad for him because they're like little blind little creatures, and they just can't, like, they can't save themselves from their
right?
own good. Like, I'm trying to dodge them when I'm driving. I can't miss them, man. My windshield has so many cicada spotches all over it. It's crazy, and
Yeah.
like, we gotta watch out because they're taking jobs now. They're so
Mhm.
heavy in the street. Like, I live in Baltimore, so like when you drive, they got these corner boys that'll be at the light,
Right.
and and they wash your windows, your
Right.
windshield. So like they don't even ask you if you want them to do it. They'll just start washing your windshield.
Right. Right.
So I pulled up in the corner, and where the guy usually runs off to like wash windshields, it was a cicada,
Mm-hmm.
and he was out there washing windshields. Bro, he took his
Slides on.
job.
Slides in
Cicada
the
took
tank
his
up.
job.
Slides in the tank up, boy. You stupid. They out there
Mm.
in these streets, man. They piss on people too. What, Ron? Cicadas
They
pee on
piss on people too. Arizona, don't tell me that.
they pee on people,
I
Ron.
was giving them a chance, man. I was thinking they were God's creatures, man.
I did not know. I gotta look that up. I didn't know cicadas pee on people, man.
It would take Arizona to
It
tell us
would
that the
take Ron to
cicadas
add
piss
some
on
random
people
stuff
too.
like that. Yeah, it would be him to have a random fact
Mm.
of cicadas peeing on people. But
So
squeegee
damn,
boy,
squeegee boy is irritating. Yup, exactly. They be out here. Realities. I'm trying to tell you, Ray Sean. They run up in your car. You can have a crack in your windshield and be like, you don't want it, and they'll be like, I got you, and they go right around the crack.
I got
So,
to pee like a man. Google it, of course. Google is the all knowing man.
so besides sports, man, what we getting into later, man? Tell everybody what we talking about.
Oh man, yeah, the cicadas taking over. You feel something. If you feel something wet on you, it's their pee.
I
Ouch.
never knew such a thing.
I never
Ugh.
knew. I never knew. But no,
Mm,
man. Look, I
mm.
don't know if you saw the title. We're gonna deep dive into it before. Just a little hint. We're gonna be talking about the American Dream tonight. What is it? Who is it? Is it still possible? And what is the new American Dream? Just a little taste of it, just because there's so many different directions. As with all the conversations and topics that we have, there's so many different caveats to it. But I think it's important that we get the full front and center idea of why we have those beliefs in these things and ideals, and what's changed since those things have been put into place. But yeah,
Right.
um,
Well said.
with the American Dream. But let's get into sports. Okay,
Mm.
I don't know if you want to start with the hat or not, but I do know. Before we get into basketball, because that's heavy, I do want to say
This
that
guy.
Julio Jones. Are you aware what happened?
Oh, I'm
Julio
definitely aware, sir. I'm definitely aware. But if you like to go ahead and steal my thunder, break the news, Kate Dizzle. Go ahead.
Because man, I'm so hurt. But
I'm the goddamn sportscaster of the show.
I
Damn it.
know
Go
you
ahead.
are. Okay, all right. I'm gonna shut up.
No, go ahead. You already go ahead.
Julio Jones is soon to be a Tennessee Titan. What?
Ooh.
Are
The
you
Ravens
kidding
fans
me?
around me are shaking in their
Are you
boots.
kidding me, bro? First of
Mm.
all, the running game and now the passing game. I have nothing else to say. They
Now
are they
Tannehill's got a solidified threat, a number one receiver out there
are
that can go.
they are solidified as contenders, absolute contenders. AJ Brown, Julio Jones, in the run game, man. Come on, man. Derrick
Mm.
Henry, they Super Bowl contenders. I don't care what you say. They were strong last year. They just they just took their game to a whole new level. But
But being a Washington football team fan, I'm not worried. They're in the other conference.
oh yeah, they on the AFC. Yeah, we're not worried at all. But
I'm
yeah,
just throwing them out
tomorrow,
there.
James, it's going to be announced tomorrow. They're still working out the details, but Julio's going to be a Tennessee Titan.
Big move, big trade.
Big move, big
So
trade.
if you've been under a rock for the last few days, I know it surprised me too, right? I didn't
No,
expect
not
it.
me, not me.
All right, well look, it surprised me, K Dizzle. My guy LeBron James officially lost, or he was a part of losing his first round playoff series of his career. I know that's surprising. When you have a great talent like him, make it out of the first round every year, and you just expect to see him in the finals. They said this is the first NBA finals that's not going to have LeBron James and Steph Curry since 2010.
Crazy. That's
So I don't
insane.
know if that's good for the NBA or if that's bad for the NBA, but I know it's definitely a disappointment for me. Obviously, I'm repping my Lakers hat because I'm a LeBron fan, but if I gotta address the haters. Usually I don't talk about the haters. I don't give my platform the space for the haters, man. But let's go ahead and talk about it, K Dizzle, right? So, okay, you got me out on. All right, I'm gonna get up on my soapbox and talk. So I don't usually rant much, guys, but if you haven't known, if you haven't watched, LeBron James has carried the NBA on his back for the last 10 or 15 years. This guy has been considerably the MVP every year in and out. He's won multiple championships for multiple teams. He went back to Cleveland and brought them a championship when Cleveland had never saw a ring or a trophy a day in their lifetime. He's broken several records, multiple MVPs. I don't have to give his whole career stat list right now. I'll address the crowd in the comment section in a second. But for all the haters out here, man, right? I'm talking about these teams that are being built right now are called super teams.
Yes.
You have 3 or 4 stars that are basically being cultivated and shipped into a certain team, right? That want to prepare to beat LeBron James. These guys team up just to beat LeBron James. And I know it's a team sport. I'm not saying the Lakers didn't have other players, but the other players on their team and the reason why LeBron James isn't playing right now, they actually were trash. I hate to say it, but LeBron James' supporting cast this year was terrible. He needed Anthony Davis. Let's call a spade a spade. But look at Brooklyn, man. And here's the thing. LeBron James hasn't been one of those guys that took any time off. He's played minute after minute. He's led the league, and he's been in the top 5 in minutes over the past 5 years. So for him to sit here and get hurt and then lose AD to a groin injury, it's tough to see this man fight against a great team. And give his sons credit because Chris Paul and Devin Booker and Jay Crowder played like
they were 42 points in the last game.
Devin Booker had 47 points.
47 points.
So, it's just sad to see him go out like that because he didn't have necessarily the help around him. And you see teams like Brooklyn who their 3 stars didn't play together all year, probably more than 5 times. And because they saved themselves, it kind of backfired because now James Harden injures his hamstring in the first game in the first 2 minutes of the game, and he's out now. So who's going to tell what's going to happen there? But shout out to LeBron. Unfortunately, the Lakers are done. The Wizards are done. We got the haters are still going to hate. But let's see who you guys are root for now. And the Clippers just eliminated the Mavericks too, K Dizzle.
Whoa.
They just eliminated the Mavericks. I thought Luka Doncic was going to secure the upset.
Crush him.
He didn't pull it off.
In the water and went off.
He did. You got to give him his credit, man. James, you got to give him his credit. And then you got Philly out there losing the first game against Atlanta, man. Trae Young's not playing. He's not playing any games out there. You got Utah setting the face off. Wow, right?
Yeah.
But who you got winning it now, man?
All right, so who we got left, right? Who we got left? We got I don't got Philly going nowhere.
You got Utah, the Clippers. You got Denver. You got Phoenix. And then over in the East, you got Milwaukee. You got Brooklyn. You got Atlanta. And you got, who am I leaving out in the East? Philly.
What's up, Nate?
What's up, Nate? Good to see you, bro.
Man, good to see you, my guy. Shout out to Nate at CDJ Iron Bowie. Doing his thing, man. Had a great month the other month. Look, Utah. I got a feeling about Utah. Phoenix. Okay. I got a feeling about Phoenix. I don't know. Where's Portland? What game are they?
They just got eliminated, man.
They just got eliminated.
Yeah. They have been eliminated, and they have already parted ways with their coach, Ron Stotts.
That's right. Dame needs out.
Hey, I would love to see Dame come down to LA and play with LeBron. Why not?
Dame needs out. I would love to see Dame in Washington. I would love to see Dame in Washington.
How would he come over here though? We got Westbrook and we got Bill.
Somebody got to go. I would kick the dad Bob bringing it to the Mile High. I don't know, man. I would love to see it. It wouldn't work, but I would love to see it there. I would pick Lillard over Westbrook because I think Westbrook is fair weather. I don't care what you say. Westbrook is
Yeah, I
fair.
would too.
He's
I
not
agree.
he's not a leader. He's a player. He'll come in and he'll give you what you need, but he ain't gonna lead. He ain't leading the team. But
Nah.
yeah, Westbrook not having it 100%. But yeah,
But it's going to be, in my opinion, a melodramatic finals now. All the storylines are kind of out the window.
I
But, to each their own. If your team's still in it, if you still got somebody you're rooting for, have fun, enjoy it. But, just let my man LeBron live a little bit. It's
yeah, let
okay.
him look, man. The dude is a force of nature. He ain't gonna win them all. I know we expect him to win them all. Even the haters expect him. Same way they did Jordan. You expect Jordan to win them all. He ain't going to win them all. He's going to do what he do and do his best. It is a series of super teams out there. Everybody's going to get that ring and pushing to get it. They couldn't do that back in the day, and I understand that. You had to make do with what you got to make your team better overall. But
Right.
look, it's a new generation, and they're allowed to have options. And I'm not mad at it.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, they're allowed to have options.
Having options is an understatement. When you got Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving all in the
Those are
same lineup, man,
those
that's a
are
hell of an
options.
option. That's a
You
hell of a
can't
set
be
of
a-
options.
You can't be upset that they have options and they can do that type of stuff.
That's like, do I drive the Lambo, the Ferrari, or the Porsche?
Hey. Let the man be great. Look, they have a finite time to get a ring, and if they can do those things and make those moves to get a ring, why not? I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Look, because I'm gonna give you a great example, and we're gonna get off of sports. If Barry Sanders had options, he would be inarguably the greatest running back of all time. Inarguably, nobody would ever have been able to catch him because
Yeah, I mean,
it took Emmitt Smith 10 years to catch his record. I'm just
we
saying.
all,
and
we all
Barry
know
was on
about
a
that
trash team.
situation, man.
Barry was on a trash team. So Bulls had a squad. You're right. Bulls had.
Yeah,
they
I'm
did have
not
some
gonna
teams,
get
but
I'm not gonna get into the debate about super teams now versus the super teams back
yeah.
then. I'm just talking about how teams back then, you played together for 4 or 5 years because they had rivalries back then. Arizona, you know about that.
Yeah.
You go watch the NBA on NBC. I remember on a Sunday afternoon, you catch a team playing against another team that hated each other. The Knicks and the Heat would always play, and they never really had shit to play for. But when they played, there was always a fist fight.
Yep. And everybody hated two teams. Everybody hated the Pacers because Reggie Miller, and everybody hated Golden State. Actually, because Golden State at one time had 3 killers on it. Was it Golden State? Yeah. Wait
Which
a
squad are
minute.
you talking about?
I'm talking about
Which
Hardaway,
Yeah.
Sprewell, and Chris Mullin.
Yeah, Chris Mullin. Yeah.
Chris Mullin. Hardaway, Sprewell, and Chris Mullin. So that's just what it was. It's just what it was. But let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing.
So before we finish off on sports and go into the deep dive, I think we might be losing a couple viewers tonight because a few people paid $50 to watch Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. I didn't personally pay.
What? Is that
I'd
tonight?
rather do. That's right now as we speak, sir.
It's right
so
now
I
as we
don't
speak?
want you guys to leave us and go running over to Showtime pay-per-view.
Wait. First and foremost,
Ain't nobody hate Ronnie Cycli. That's hilarious. If you don't know, Ronnie Cycli was a center that played for the Magic and the Heat, and he played with the goggles and the slick back.
Slick back. No, first of all, if you paid for pay-per-view, please know right now, as with any other pay-per-view, they will not be fighting until 11 o'clock.
If you paid for any type of competition that they will not announce a winner, and you paid for it, I'm sorry, man. That's at this point, like you can come pay for the food, but you can't taste it. Like that to me makes no sense whatsoever.
Hey, look.
But if you want to be supporting the economy of Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul, by all means, I'll be streaming it. I'll be streaming it on some type of platform, and I'm not going to say it.
If you got shout out to Amazon Fire Stick. Hey, but let's get into black businesses. Let's get into black businesses.
Let's get into it.
You want to do yours first? Let
me pull it up.
Let me pull it up right here. Hold on. Crotat, that's stupid. Shout out to Amazon. Shout out to Amazon. Here we go, right there. We live. We live and direct, baby. Tell me who this is.
Live and
We need to
direct.
rock
So
with him.
we're gonna spotlight the Milani brand. Please visit the MilaniBrand.com where you can check out the latest and greatest fashion designs from Milani. He is on IG as well. That's his IG page. And if you go on his link in his bio, you can visit the website and shop his merchandise. But very innovative clothing design, very modern, very stylish. I actually have a shirt. My baby has a shirt as well. She put me on. And, very affordable. But you can definitely wear his clothing at all different functions, your family function, your cookout this summer, your graduation. A shout out and definitely look it up.
That's dope. That's dope. Man, how do we do the same thing? I'm not paying. Oh, Floyd made 30 mils just to show up. Of course,
man.
Don't hate on the man. Don't hate. Celebrate the man. The man is doing what he do best. Man. Let that man
I
be
like
great.
that, Kate Dizzle. You in there saying, "Don't hate, celebrate."
Just celebrate, man.
Let them fools pay $50 to go and see that 8-round exhibition.
That man get a check for drinking a soft drink, man. He doing the right thing. I can't even hate on that. You went out clothing. I went clothing. I think I shouted him out already, and it's different. Shout out to London Royce Cricket, man. The homie Marcel Love has London Royce Cricket. It is shirts that have the showcase the sport of cricket, and it's different. It's dope. I got shirts myself, man. I just like to name the London Royce on it. It's you got shirts, you got shoes, you got hats, but it's something different, and it's a black man supporting cricket, man. He also does photography, but he also does the suits and ties. But this is the latest venture, man. It's super dope. Check out London Royce. This is Facebook, LondonRoyce.com. T-shirts, hats, pullovers, all that good stuff. Grits and gravy, man. Shout out to Milani. Shout out to London Royce. Hey. Look at pulling over here. Hey. You got me on my day, Chappelle. Hey, let me put this video up you told me to put up.
Man, they still getting it in down South Beach. I tell you, man.
Florida.
These people that go down South Beach today, these youngers are not playing down there.
God's waiting room. That's what Florida say.
What you call it?
God's waiting room. Hold on.
So put it up on the picture.
Hold on. Let's rewind it. Can you see it?
Am I going to give the intro to the video?
You do the intro to the video, man.
All right, so this video is really not that funny in my opinion. It kind of embarrassed me, because I hate to see our people down here looking like this in South Beach. But the person recording this video was another brother that basically wanted to expose these young women for walking out on their bill. Yes, they did. They walked out on their bill. Unfortunately, they might not have had the funds for their bill, for their meals and their drinks. But when you walk out on your bill, there's one thing you do not want to leave behind. What do you think that is, Kate Dizzle?
I'm going to guess their keys, Alex.
Oh, what is your car keys for $300? Ding, ding, ding. They walked out on their bill and left their car keys, Kate Dizzle, right there in South Beach. And they had to take the walk of shame back to get their car keys. And I'm sure the keys were for a rental.
Oh my God!
But let's go ahead and put the video up on the Summer Jam screen.
I put my money on the Nissan Altima. Hold on, let's it.
They gonna say they gonna take a bathroom.
Y'all went to the bathroom?
Now they gonna sit it.
Y'all ready to pay these bills?
Get him, shorty. Shot town.
And she got four. It's a split bill too.
Shot town.
That's y'all recording.
Yeah, y'all should have walked out. Pay your bill.
Yeah, y'all left them keys.
Y'all shouldn't have walked out.
The world's dumbest criminals.
Y'all making us look bad.
Yeah.
Yo,
Wow.
looky here, man.
Wow.
Looky here. Don't. People, if you're gonna do some shit like that at the bar, At the bar. Look, Shanae said it
That
best.
was painful to watch, man. At the same time, I could see people laughing at it, but goddamn, take your keys next time you walk out on the bill. What's the moral of the story?
If you ain't got
Is it
no
pay your
money,
bill?
take your broke ass home.
If
Okay?
you ain't got no money, is that a song?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That is the words of Fast. What's his name? The illustrious Baltimore's own Fat Man Scoop.
Mm,
If you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. Yes, they are definitely making us look bad.
mm. What a walk of shame. But you know what, ladies? Hopefully, you guys can make it back home wherever that home is. I'm not gonna guess the town where I think you're from because I don't want to do bad business for
Let's not do
myself
that.
in that town.
Let's not do that.
But we're gonna call that segment "Being Broke in Miami."
Being broke in Miami. Oh,
And
there's plenty of stories in there. Florida
pay for
man,
your
Florida
cheese
woman,
sticks, ladies.
Miami. We're gonna let's do. You know what? We should do a segment and call it just Miami Vice.
Man, call it Miami Vice, and it's sponsored by Crabs and Shrimps.
Crabs and shrimps. They should have. They should have went to the
New
ocean.
Jersey Shore. That's funny.
Oh my lord! Pay for your cheese sticks, ladies. Pay
All
for
right,
your
man.
cheese
So
sticks.
enough of the foolishness, right? And the haters. What we talking about, man? We talking about the American dream. And what is the American dream, right? So
Ah,
chat, thank you for coming out tonight. Obviously, we try to have our deep dive and we talk about something that's a little bit more progressive and thought provoking. But we were talking the other day, K Dizzle, about what people used to set out and do as far as their American dream, and the real reason why people believe America is the greatest country in the world. What's up, Bianca? How you doing?
hey, Bianca.
But
Host show.
that's why people in their minds believe America is the greatest country in the world because of
Yeah.
that that American dream, I guess, idealization. So Shanae says her American dream is being. So what is your American dream? What's the traditional American dream from what I was taught? K Dizzle is like you get the house, you get the picket fence, you get the nice career, you get the nice car, you get the minivan with the three kids and the wife and all that good stuff. And I don't believe that today's generation and your kids and my kids are going to have the same type of, you know, the same type of thinking. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that?
Yeah. 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 Ooh, look here.
There we
Look at
go. And
that.
that's
There we go.
and let's roll the ball out there and
First
talk about
off,
it,
Jane
man.
said, I believe this, and it's just me, that the American dream was never intended for black people.
Very,
And
very
that
strong comment.
very
That's a good
strong
point.
comment. There's some facts to that. It's called the American dream because you gotta be asleep to believe it.
Mm,
Shout out to Mark Nebo and the
mm.
George Carlin quotes.
I didn't
That's
expect this
deep
topic
as
to get
hell.
this deep so fast,
No,
man.
I never knew.
Right?
Never knew.
But
But
that's
look,
good.
before we start, because it starts before that, right? Go to finish school, go to college,
Right.
get a good job or government job in this area,
But the
buy a
college part
house.
was very important. I didn't mean to leave that
Yes,
out.
buy a home, get married, buy a home, have kids, live a happy life, and live off like retire from wherever you're working and live a
Right.
happy
It's the
life,
old
right?
it's the old fashioned game of life that we used to play.
Yeah, yeah, I like that one because when you wake up, it's reality.
Right.
True words never spoken. So when you start at the beginning and how it sets you up, the American dream, and who decided that was the American dream? Nothing in this world is for intended for black people. We will be forever looked at as far less than. That is totally not true. That is only in the eyes of others. If you go to the continent of Africa and visit any of those countries, they some of them, most of those countries don't have those same ideologies as others. Let me say that we just grew up. We were fortunate enough to grow up in the United States of America, and unfortunate enough to be the bearers of the history that on how America got built and the whitewashing
So
that
you
has
think so
been
you
and is
think
now.
when she said nothing in this world is intended for black people, you don't think that's true?
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's
Okay.
I don't think that's true at all. I think I think America for a long time, a lot of things that were made and built weren't intended for us to be a part of, and that was done intentionally. Other places in the country, other places in the world don't think that way or don't have those same sentiments.
But see, a lot of those places in the world, they tend to have been colonized by other races too. Like when you go to places in Africa and you go to places in Europe, a lot of those countries that have major black populations actually were colonized and, I would say put under rule by Europeans. And that's why you get a lot of Africans that speak French. And I'm definitely not trying to go way off topic here, but I kind of disagree with you because in a way, I think what a lot of people are referring to, and maybe Shanae's referring to it, I don't want to speak for her, when she says nothing in this world is intended for, I guess maybe she feels like it's out of our control.
Okay.
And maybe, and again, I don't want to speak for her. If she wants to text in tonight, you want to put the number up, she can.
Let's do that. So hey, this is going to be one of those topics where you have something strong to say and you have something valuable to add. Everybody has something.
Because we don't know anything.
We don't know any. No, we just talking out of our ass. Okay, and we want you to be a part of the conversation. When you text that number, you will get a link to come on the show. Whether you want to show your face or not, you can be like Carlito last week that didn't wash his face.
He said he was eating a tuna fish sandwich.
He's eating a tuna fish sandwich. So he's in
the Hall of Fame. He's in the all dressed up.
He is in the all dressed up viewer Hall of Fame. But look, text in, join the conversation, bring what you got, and we will give you the stage in the pulpit to speak your piece. But before I want to go deep in that. I don't want to go too far deep into
right. I'm not trying to throw you on top
because there's a lot of we can say the same thing about what's going on in Jerusalem right now about the Palestinians and the Kurds. Excuse me, not Palestinians and Kurds, but the internal civil war that they're having over there as well. Because you can say that each class is looking at another class differently. I think that because we only know here. That's all we can experience, and that's all we know, and we know the history of it, and we feel like we will ever be looked at as less than. That's generational, and we are not past those generations yet.
And perception is reality.
And we're not past those generations yet. Keep in mind that the 50s and 60s, the people that 50s, 60s, and 70s are still alive. And some of those people with institutionalized racism are still around. And until a certain amount of those generations die off, then things will change. And maybe not our generation, but in the future it'll be better. But look, let's get back to what we're talking about: the American dream and when it was built, why it was built,
and where did it originate from, and who created the American dream?
Where did it originate from, and who created the American dream? And you know what? While we're talking, give me your opinion on that. While you're doing that, I'm gonna Google that.
All right. So in my opinion, anything that is derivative of mass media or something that is like communicated to the masses and broad communication comes from something that is a narrative, and that's where the term narrative came from, and who controls the narrative and who pushes the narrative. So at some point, I don't know what year it was back then. The government or the elitists got together, in my opinion, because again, it's just my opinion. I don't know everything, but they got together and they decided to what would be the American dream, or I guess that platform that you want to get to as a citizen in the United States of America, when you feel like, hey, I'm not a president, I'm not a king, but I'm, where I want to be. I have a house, I have the white picket fence, I have the land, the car, the wife, and that was the image that they pushed on people because they wanted people to work for that dream, and the expense to get to that dream is what we are dealing with now. That's the repercussions that we have now, because everybody had different paths to having those things, and not everybody had the same playing field to get those things.
So they will continue to breed more like them. Yeah, hate is a learned trait. I will give you that 100%. The American dream was created by some white man, the same white man that got sick of the American dream and buried his wife on it. Oh my God.
There you go. Shanae is out here hitting like Mayweather. Tonight.
We were property when the American dream was formed.
But see, that's a good point, and you know that's the thing, and I'm gonna let you go, Kate, because you asked me real quick, and like obviously, guys, it's just my opinion, but anything that's dropped on us to tell us what we need to work towards, and then once we get in and we go down that rabbit, that's a true rabbit hole.
Yeah,
you know, once we go down that path to get those things, and all of a sudden, you know, we're taught that we got to go to college, right? We're taught that we got to spend all this money to go to school if we want to get a great job. And I know a lot of people, and please don't let me lose you, but a lot of people pay all this money to go to college and they don't necessarily get out and have good jobs, you know, and they don't tell you about that. When I say they, you know, schools don't tell you about that when they're taking your money.
Right.
When your parents are sitting there paying more for you to go to school than the other child because of certain other, you know, economical situations. I'm not going to make it a race thing. You know, but they just had news. They just had news a few months ago where they had the celebrities that were illegally paying for their children to go to school.
Oh, yeah, we already know.
You know, so my whole thing is, bro, is like, you know, you're going through this process to accomplish a dream that's drawn out, that you didn't create, but it's put out there and fixated in your mind because you're watching it all on TV. How else would you see it? It's in the mass media.
Right.
And then you spend all this money to go to college and you get out and then you're in debt. You get out and you're in instant debt. You owe about 40 grand, 80 grand in degree loans and you know, in college loans. And that's just where it starts. And then how you recover from that, you can end up having bad credit, you know, and everything can go downhill.
Yeah, so let me do this. Okay. I know Mark said the media created a dream and told you what you wanted. You know, the American dream is ultimately just a marketing campaign to keep us competing against each other. The owners of the country want to keep the rest of us at each other's throats at competing on the ground level. Capitalism is empowered by jealousy and entitlement, and that is part of what the American dream appeals to. The goalpost is moved when we achieve it in masses. The Black American dream is for some is being the next LeBron or the hottest rapper. So when we're talking about the American dream, we're talking about shout out to the chat, man. We're talking about the vision created on what life is to be and what the goals are. So as we're talking about this,
and how to get there.
So I'm Googling it, and it was coined by, let's see his name, James Truslow Adams in 1931. And so the American dream is the belief that anyone, regardless of where they were born or what class they were born into, can attain their own version of success in a society in which upward mobility is possible for anyone. The American dream is believed to be achieved through sacrifice, risk-taking, hard work, rather than by chance. Now, I'm going to say this. Let me
read that first, please, before you go. Read that.
Okay, I'm gonna read that first sentence again. I'm gonna read the first sentence again, and then I'm gonna say, what about the fight? What about the fight? Only is on the money. What about the fight? Let me read that first sentence again. The American dream is the belief that anyone, regardless of where they were born or what class they were born into, can attain their own version of success in a society in which upward mobility is possible for everyone. I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to say this. The people that founded this country, okay, they had some of the most ambitious ideas and wrote some of the most heartful and inspiring words put into our laws and our constitution and stuff like this in 1931 by James Truslow Adams. At the same time, did some of the most despicable and racist things ever in history, right? There's some missing in that long text. No. That's just the basic synopsis from the book. It's called Epic of America. It's a best-selling book in 1931 by James Truslow Adams. If you don't believe me, look it up and Google it, because that's all I just did, right? So all that sounds fantastic, because when you think about it, right? Look, they wrote it while their slaves were bringing them tea. You hit the nail on the head. But here's what I want to say about that. The American dream was made possible because of the monarchy in Europe that they were trying to escape from. The same tyranny that they tried to escape from, they created tyranny in the States. So the American dream in itself, the actual what it's supposed to really stand for, is something completely different from what we see or what we visualize the American dream as to be.
And that's what pisses me off, because we sit there and we fight for these things, but we don't know what we're fighting for.
Well, the American dream is basically just opportunity, access, and opportunity. And we can go into the class warfare, we can go into the racial warfare, and how we never were granted access and in the same access and the same opportunity in which this country of the USA was founded upon. But I really want to dig into the socioeconomics and the societal mindset of what the American dream is. Like we just started talking about college, home, job, kids, marriage, all that stuff. Donnie, hello, Donnie. Thank you for lurking in the background. Regular human hypocrisy. You're 100%. Just because the people that were writing it were hypocritical doesn't devalue what they truly believed in at that time.
It's creating a false narrative to appeal to the masses, to give you a fake image of what you can work towards. To me, let me tell you how I sum it up. Only you writing paragraphs, baby.
Woo! And because Oni, and look, I'm gonna say Oni is a fantastic. Let me give a shout out to Oni. He is a fantastic linguist. And not only that, but he is a fantastic example of how the American dream works.
Man, I hope Oni can text in, man, because that is.
I hope he texts in too. Look, I'm gonna put the number back in a second. American dream isn't just coming here and doing nothing and expect to be successful. Access, opportunities, and hard work. Give access and opportunities to someone who don't like to work and who will not do anything with it. Exactly. That's the basis, the foundation of the American dream, right? That's the basis of the foundation, access and opportunities. Hey, look, Oni, I'm going to put the number up, and I want you to call in or just send me a text. I will send you a link because I want you to share your story, because you are one of those guys that
we watched them come up, man.
Look, and look, 301-857-1757. Text that number. I'll send you a link to join the show. Mark Nebo says, bootstrapping is a bullshit deal. The American dream is a bullshit extension of that delusion. And I believe that to a certain extent because of what we're talking about, because the equal access has never been there. When we know that equal access, I love that name. You're doing emotes in my chat. Hey,
but what do you think? But what do you think about that? Like, I rolled the ball out on that conversation too. Do you think like foreign immigrants have, I would say, a different path or different tools or resources that some of the people from like inner cities and urban communities don't have?
Hell no. I think they come in. The thing when you have immigrants come to this country and be successful, the difference is they have access and opportunity that they would have never had in their country. And
so what you're saying is they raise their level of grind up because they see the opportunity that they didn't have back at home.
Exactly. And they fight through the bullshit that we all fight through. The difference is the access and the opportunity. In other countries, you don't have that access.
So would you say a lot of people that
I'm saying
that you say a lot of people that were, I guess, raised here, nationwide, as far as like being here in the United States of America, do you think that there's like a level of a sense of entitlement?
Look at it. Look at James said. We're comfortable and they're hungry. It's the same way we talk about how this generation now is a microwave generation, but they want everything instantly. They want everything in front of them because they have access to everything. We talk about they don't want to work hard for anything, right?
But look at the Latinos. Like we joke about the Mexicans and the Hispanics and the Latinos, like always doing the jobs that people necessarily don't want to do. That's from the United States. Like you always see them cutting grass and doing a lot of the labor type work, but you always see one of those guys out of that apartment that has like 6 or 7 people that live there that usually has a social security number and an 800 credit score because they're all working together for the strength of their apartment and their family. and they got a Toyota, and those car notes get paid on
But
time.
wait, Hef. Wait, they come crews of hungry, but wait. You got to remember this, and we forget this. We forget this so much because we've come so far. That was that were that where the Latin community is now. That was us 50, 60 years ago. We forget that because we fought tooth and nail to get where we are as a
But
community.
some people say we're still at the same position now.
And we are to a certain extent, but I think we've gotten to a point where we've gained more access and opportunity. They're coming into the country and having to work their way up.
But you
way
also
that we
have
worked
that
our way up.
old school fashioned term affirmative action. And like we talked about before, and like that's the thing about this topic, man. Like you start with the American dream, and then you get into so many different little pockets. And I'm not trying to take us off, but like, you know, you got like affirmative action, you got the Rooney Rule, and see, like Arizona says, that's still us, K Dizzle. And I know K, where you coming from. I know you don't. I know you're not blinded to the facts, man. But it's like, it's what narrative in one car, long ass road trip. They want the dream, but like you said, where they're coming from, they might not have the basic essentials that's necessary to live or survive. But once you get see, here's the thing: once you cross these borders, you're gonna get your water. You know, you're gonna get your minimum wage, and you're gonna get your 3 hots in the cot if you get locked up over here.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, when you wake up, you got to go get your money. And like one person said in the chat, they're willing to do whatever to some that's below them. You know, a lot of people here, we won't get that dirty for $12 an hour.
Now, and that is the unfortunate comfort that Americans have created for themselves. That's not everybody. We are too comfortable. You're right. You know why? Because we have so many freedoms that others don't. They just don't. There are places on this earth that if you get locked up, you're going into a hole, a straight up hole. There's nothing there but the hole. If you steal something, they cutting your hand off. Still in 2021. No, you got to realize, as much as we complain about what we have, just the infrastructure alone, right? Just the infrastructure alone, electricity, water, internet, roads, bridges, shopping centers, all that shit that we take for granted is part of the American dream.
I agree with you.
I
agree with you. And also, Kay, have you ever seen back in like cartoons? I think in Aladdin they had a cartoon or something like that where when you would be in a desert, you thought you see something in the distance. They call it like a mirage or something like that. And like you'll look up and you'll see like this oasis and you think it's there. Then all of a sudden you crawl there and like you're still thirsty and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
That's the American dream. And I think that there's a group of people that design this quote unquote vision or dream that they want people to get into and play the game. Right? They want people to cross these borders, get into the game, get your social security number, go ahead and go run a race, right? And get into that rat race that me and you are in right now as we speak, because we want to get all the nicest things that everybody else have. And look, here's the thing. And when you do get that house and you're comfortable, right? Chat saying you're comfortable. Mm-hmm. At some point you want more. And then you get back into the game again because that house and that Pacifica is not good enough. Now you want to get a BMW.
Hey. So since we're talking about the patriarchs, I learned that from Demi Lovato. We're talking about the patriarchs.
Demi Lovato.
Right? Me and Demi Lovato, man. She got me with the us and them and they. But
she done taught you some shit. She
taught me some shit, man. Look, that's why the American dream, like you said, and a lot of people went over it. I think both Mark said it, Ron said it, Shanae said it. It is a visual perception that they want you to believe, right?
They want you to get on that hamster wheel and work for it.
We keep saying they, right? I don't have to explain who they is, do I? I'm not going there. We're not going there.
Name this episode they.
Yes, episode they. But it's one of the main reasons why financial literacy isn't taught in schools. It's the main reason why entrepreneurship isn't taught in schools. It's the same reason why just the basics of life that you learn as an adult, or you learn that that's taught from generations on how to make money for yourself, right? That's why they still have that picture, or they gave that picture of the American dream to keep that cog working, right? Now, let's look.
Can I interject before I lose my train of thought?
Please, because I know that.
Why in the hell do you not have education on financial literacy when you put money in my hand and have me open a bank account so I can pay my bills? I'm old enough to pay bills and I'm old enough to get these things in my name, but you're not teaching me any type of financial literacy. And you're teaching me things that are going to help me chase an American dream that's going to also steer me down the wrong path because I have no education on the financial literacy that's going to help me get there.
I would rather you learn advanced calculus. That's what the system says.
My point is, like, bro,
that's what the system says.
Teach me what credit does. Teach me how I can invest. Teach me on what type of currencies there are. Teach me on what stocks and bonds are. Teach me on what an IRA is. Like, there's so many people that have no idea what this is. Like, when I hire people, and I know, like, a few people in the chat, they're managers and they're human resource people. People have no idea what a 401k is. People have no idea. It's so sad because I'm in an industry where I've been, successful, but I never learned how to plan for retirement. You know what I'm saying? So it gets to a point to where we have to help each other take care of each other, because we're going to keep feeding this machine and it's going to chew us up and spit us out. Mm-hmm. And our kids are going to be the next players in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Look, and like you said, the American dream was all about opportunity. And, only made a valid point. Look, you only take advantage of opportunity if you hustle. If you ain't hustling, if you ain't getting out there and figuring it out. And
you can't feel sorry for anybody.
We're not feeling sorry for everybody, because there's plenty of people that fuck off at life. What we're saying is this: it would make more sense for you to help teach people more about financial literacy, credit, all those things, for them to be more successful in life. But they want you to be dependent to a certain extent on the system itself. Now, Sinead says we all know this, so it's on you as a parent if you don't teach your kids this. We can't keep blaming the system. We know the system is fucked up. Pick up a damn book. Jane says, Doc, I don't know who that is. Until we become uncomfortable in our current position, we won't change and grow. That's for everything in life. The American dream drives debt due to trying to look like you made it. Debt drives you to work more and longer, and that powers the machine. 401k, credit, all above come from working those things that can't be found in the bed, on the bed, sleeping. See, look, Oni's gonna come with that grind shit. He gonna tell you grind is real. Text that number, you bitch.
Yeah,
text that number. Come speak that French shit to me, man.
That shit in the chat. Come on and get through and join the conversation with us, man.
Yeah, maybe some parents don't know how they can teach what that is valid. They can't teach what they don't know. We can learn to cook bricks up with Coke, but won't learn about stocks. Come on,
that's it.
Get up off your ass.
You gotta change the narrative, and that's what I was getting ready to go into, and I didn't want to go too fast, right?
Yeah,
but is the new generation helping change the narrative for the American dream by saying, fuck your college, forget your 4 years or 6 years of going to school and getting debt up to my eyeballs and getting into being an entrepreneur and making money for myself and being independent. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Is that going to be the chink in the armor that's going to change this narrative and change this path and get people, off this hamster wheel?
How to get off? The only way you get off the hamster wheel is, each one got to teach one, and it takes time, energy, and effort. And one thing that we all know, that we've all said, get off your ass. You got to go get it. You got to go out and you got to grind it. You got to make it happen. Is you got to have a drive in order for you to be successful. We understand that 110%. Well, we got to make sure that not only we got to make sure that what the American dream is. The Coke is broadcasted. The financial literacy ain't.
That's a
Ooh,
quote of the
Jesus.
day, Arizona, Ron.
Ooh, Jesus.
The coke is
ooh.
broadcasted, but the financial literacy ain't. They don't even teach you how to spend the coke.
They don't teach you how to spend the coke. Here you go. It ain't as simple. Just get off your ass if hard work was enough. Single moms of 3 working 90 hours a week and still getting their kids into school on time will be the richest among us. Let me say this now, chat. Don't go look it up. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to put the numbers in the chat. Okay, what do you think the federal minimum wage is right now? What's the federal minimum wage right now? The federal standard. It can't be no lower than this anywhere in the country. What is the federal minimum wage right now? Somebody in the chat tell me. Type it in there right now.
Don't look it up. Minimum wage. K Dizzle will cash app you the federal minimum wage.
I will cash app you the federal minimum wage right now. If you know it on the money, don't go look it up. Okay, asses. But type it in. Look, come on. I got one. It's the 725. You probably Google the shit. Ron, what is the federal minimum wage right now? Right, not the states, but the federal minimum wage. I'm gonna wait for a couple more answers,
which is very deceptive because they just drive. Put a condom on. Put a condom on.
Assets equal liabilities plus equity. Y'all in here trying to give a class. Hold on, Plant. We talking about it.
If your minimum wage is higher than that, your rent's just higher than that. That's all.
So how it should be around 12? Shit. Look, I know you would know, Mark. I knew that, Dickwad. Mark and Mark look, the federal minimum wage right now is $7.25. $7.25. I have no fucking clue as to where in the United States of America it is humanly possible to survive off of $7.25 a week after tax. Now, if you're going to sit here and tell me the American dream is possible for somebody making $7.25 an hour, okay, $7.25 an hour, and they can do what they can do, they can make things happen.
That's got to be in Albuquerque because they must got rent for like $600 a month over there.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Hold on. Let me copy this shit. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Who's living off of that? Who's making a living off of that? Nobody. Mm-hmm. Nobody in their right mind, man. I don't. 725. Stop it.
Stop. And see that goes into what I like to talk about when it's like, appreciate what you have. Like I was talking to my girl, and I was like, babe, we always want to get ahead of ourselves. And let me not say we. I always want to get ahead of myself and get nice things and do all this traveling and this and that. But like I get up, I get to drive to work in a nice car. I'm making, decent money. I'm not bragging, but like, a lot of people out here are struggling and some people are really trying. Like Mark said, you got like, single moms with 3 kids and different economic statuses to where it's just not fair, and we got a lot of money that's being burnt out here that's being spent. And I've done some of the fuckery too and spent my money in the wrong places. But I think, as a people, and I don't want to make it a race thing, but we always have, stereotypes of like the Mexican community taking care of each other and the Jewish community taking care of each other. But we tend to never really talk about how, Black people take care of each other when it comes to finances. And that's something I think we should get together and talk about.
We should.
Because, you got to build, each other up. And I think just teaching the financial literacy and holding that type of education whenever you can is important.
Financial literacy is everything. And let me bring this guy on, one of the true patriarchs here. Oni Obama is in the building.
Hi, Oni.
Shout out to hello, Oni. Man, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? What do you have to say? Are you frozen, you bastard? Oni. No, Oni.
His phone God! He probably had a beep.
Oni, you make so much money and use Metro PCS.
He had money on the other line. That's what
it was. He did have money on the other line. No, but seriously, man. 725 and the federal government has so many issues. They are totally against. Well, people in the federal government are totally against raising the minimum wage, and we all sitting here and we like, damn, where they live at? That's crazy. That ain't no money. You know, it's just
Only, bro.
bananas, man. I think he back somewhat. No, yes, no, maybe so. No, he's still frozen.
Man, only you out there trying to be all handsome in your car,
Yeah,
man. You
bro.
gotta push that Wi-Fi, bro.
Get your Wi-Fi together, Oni.
I know you
I'm
got a
looking,
hot
man.
spot in that car. I know you drive
You
like
got to.
$100,000 car.
You $100,000 car. Look, man, you have to understand. If we're going to talk about the American dream and make it possible, we got to make sure that people can live and do it. There he is, Oni.
Okay, yeah. So my first point, to be honest, is to kind of explain people what the minimum federal wage is. So everybody's kind of stacking to 725, 730. That's the minimum. What that honestly means is no one should be paid under 725.
Right.
It doesn't mean you can have more than that.
Right.
You can get a job and get 5 times the minimum wage. You can have a job and make 10 times the minimum wage. So
Right.
no one should get you less than that. That's how we got to start.
Yeah.
Okay. So to me, I'm not saying it's a good number, but at least we know that we won't make under that 7, but we can always make more than that 7.
But Oni, where can you live making $7.25 an hour in America in 2021?
I mean, I think you live where you feel like you have a job that can afford where you live.
The average.
Why would I live in the expensive place if I don't have that kind of job that can accommodate my place?
Right.
Everything
We're not
has to
saying.
be-
Yeah, we're not saying. Yeah, we're not saying live above your means, but we're saying if you make, we're saying that 725 as a floor, wherever you live is already below your means. The average rent on any apartment, look, in order for you to get a rent less than $600, you have to be on Section 8.
I guess what it is, Oni and K Dizzle, is like, is the statement minimum wage expected to be able to let you live off of it? Like, it's only, does minimum wage mean they expect you to be able to live off of that?
I don't think so, though. I don't think so. So you know, the minimum wage is everything has to be structured.
Mhm.
So meaning, so they can't just let anyone do or pay people the way they want it. So they come up with a number. So that number is kind of a limit where no one should go under. Again, what I'm saying is, when you're strong and you're a hard worker, you know that you can always make more than that 7. That's what I believe.
Okay. The chat's coming for you, Oni.
Only people feel like, oh, I can't do nothing, I can't walk, I'm not strong enough, and they complain about the 7. I mean, let me be honest, let me be straightforward. You guys know me. I'll be straightforward. I go right now trying to find a job. They say, hey, Oni, we give you $7 an hour. I say, no, fuck it. And I move on. I go find another job that give me 10.
Right.
If I don't
That's
want
right.
10, I fuck it, move on. I go find another one that give me 20. Why? Because I know I got muscle. I know I'm strong. I swear to God, I'll find a job that would give me 25, 30. Because I only believe in one thing. I'm a hard worker. I don't care about anything else. Period.
You bet on yourself. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
But
Period.
what about the people? But what about the people only that can't work as hard as you? That unfortunately they're gonna get paid that 725 because they might not be as mentally or physically strong. Can they survive? And can America expect them to survive making that minimum wage?
Okay. So to respond to that question, maybe people's gonna hate me. Nature hate soft people. Trust me. That's a fact. So when coming from Africa, when you look at the jungle, the lion always eats the softest antelope. It's never gonna eat the strongest one.
Only the strong survive.
Only the strong survive. That means if we start accepting that, oh, some people gotta be weak and soft, and then what it's gonna do. So we're creating a society where soft people, the soft got to die. That's why the lion always kills the softest antelope in the jungle. It doesn't kill the strong one. So we should help people to become strong and strong and stronger. That's the only thing we should do. Not encouraging people to be soft and more weak and then come and complain about 7. No, let's make strong people. Let's have a society of strong, hard workers. I mean, that's what I think.
Well, that's what we're talking about when we're saying teach financial literacy, teach credit, teach those things that you use on a regular basis in your life
Implant
that
those
are going to help
fundamentals in your
improve.
community. Right.
They're going to help improve your community and also improve how you're able to live on whatever it is that you're getting paid. So the fact that those things aren't being taught, which is supposedly part of the should be part of the American dream, talking about access and opportunity, is one of the issues that we take really offense to, because
Hey K,
that was a
not to
power
cut you
outage.
off, but why we got Oni though? Why we got Oni? A lot of people in the chat are saying what you're saying is disgusting, and it's very short-sighted. And I don't want to like put pressure on you, Oni, but I appreciate your opinion and I respect where you're coming from.
I want to respond to two little questions that I see on the comment.
Mhm.
Talking about hard work. So don't take expression the way they sound. Hard work doesn't mean go there and lift 20,000 pounds on your back, and that's not what I mean by hard work. Hard work means be able to learn things that's gonna be useful to you tomorrow. If somebody explains you how the credit works,
Mhm.
if you don't learn those steps that person taught you, you're not doing a good job. You don't need to lift anything to learn about credit, for example. That's what I call hard work. Hard work is to put in practice everything you learn. Don't see hard work as a physical activity. That's the first thing people got to understand. Hard work don't mean be physical. You guys know me. I don't do any physical job somewhere. I don't.
And the difference is, I think when we're talking about hard work and dedication, we're talking about drive.
Yeah.
The difference is that we're talking about initiative, right? We're talking about initiative, and not everybody has that same type initiative, that drive, that push. Now, what we're talking about is to actualize the American dream. No, not everybody's going to have that push, but they still should have an opportunity to be able to live in a comfortable manner, to be able to make enough money, even at the bare minimum, to live in a comfortable manner and be able to contribute effectively to society. What we're running into is when they're not making enough money to pay the simplest things or the simplest bills, then you run into the issue of now having to become, making it harder for them just to survive on the basics and the necessities. And is that fair? We're not saying pay everybody equal, because that's virtually impossible, right? That's now all we're doing is we're transferring wealth to other people. And that's the lie that they try to believe in. We're just saying, hey, pay people enough to earn an honest living. The minimum wage hasn't moved in 12 years.
The reason why the minimum wage hasn't moved is you guys got to think about it. Like, I've listened to y'all talk for a while, and my opinion is, and I'm not perfect and I'm not a genius, is they're trying to figure out what's the lowest we can pay to get some of these bottom, I hate to say it, people that are on the bottom of society, to get them to work and do jobs that other people won't do, to where we can say we're paying them the lowest we can and get away with it. Because the fact here, guys, is not everybody's like Oni. Not everybody's going to come over here and bust his ass like Oni did. A lot of people are going to be comfortable. And people have different levels of comfort. So there's some people that are comfortable hustling, making that $7.25 an hour just so they can file taxes and then have 4 kids. And then on tax time, they got 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that's the society we live in, bro.
Yeah. So Oni, look, we love you, bro. We love you. Thank you. And when I see you as one of the prime examples of, working hard, dedicating yourself to the cause, commitment, having the drive, and being successful. You know what I'm saying?
Oni's probably getting chauffeured around the city.
He is getting chauffeured. He's in the passenger seat
right
now.
I want to be like Oni one day, man.
He's in the passenger seat. He's always in the passenger seat of his own vehicle. Okay, I don't have that level of success yet.
I love this guy, man.
All right, guys, thank you for having me tonight, man. I appreciate that.
Come anytime, my friend.
Yeah,
come anytime.
Let's just remind everybody the American dream is about learning and put in practice everything we learn. And today, you guys know I learn everything I do from you, not from somebody else, not from somebody who don't know me. So if you teach me how to make $10,
but you hustle, today, though, man. You always hustle. You always hustle.
Yeah, the hustle is to be able to learn, to accept, to be taught. Somebody has to accept that. Some people don't even want to learn. They don't even want people to tell them what to do. They feel so good. They feel so smart. They don't even want to listen. So the only way you get to the point you want to be or exceed it is by learning from people who did it before.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So we gotta
Nah,
learn.
nah.
Yeah, that's what I call hard work. Hard work is when you don't even want to, you accept to take the class. That's what I'm doing. So guys,
feel you.
let's learn.
We
Okay.
love you, man. Bye, Oni,
All right,
man. Come
Thank
all
you,
by
right, guys.
Oni.
anytime, man.
I'll
You
see
know we
you,
bring
man.
everybody on, bro.
All right.
Teach me how to get a chauffeur. That's what I want to know. Teach me how to get a chauffeur.
Oni's out there in the Maybach with his custom-made leg room because you know he's about 7'8", getting driven around DC somewhere.
His
Man, shout
custom
out to
suits.
Oni.
Shout out to Oni Obama. Look. Let's be real. Corporate America was not built for black people, and we shouldn't even care about the minimum wage. We should be working to be entrepreneurs. Fact.
That's the narrative,
Fact.
right?
That's another one. However, I want people to be able to go to work and make an honest living and be able to live. I don't want people to go to work and have to struggle to just survive. So if we can make sure that the least of us can live, it makes for an entirely different community as a whole. If the least of us can make something of themselves and have opportunity, then us as a community will overall be well and be better and be able to grow and be able to contribute in a better fashion. Stop depending on others. Look. I know we kind of went left because we talking about the American dream and working hard and all that other shit.
Broad topic that
It's
can go
a
in
super
pocket
broad
somewhere,
topic.
yeah. And you can put your foot in the water and say some shit, man. You know,
and
it's
and you guys are saucy, and I love it.
But like Mark Nebo said, replying to Shanae, right? Because the people that immigrate here are achievers mostly. We don't have only achievers here. We have a whole society of people with different abilities and disadvantages. The people who have those disadvantages where they are can't immigrate here. Most immigrants that make it here are achievers by nature. So what Mark is saying is the people that make it here have already achieved a lot to get here. So at that point,
achieved enough
here.
They achieved enough just by being able to fucking get here. You have to remember that when people get here, like immigrants get here, like we talk about refugees on the southern borders all the time, right? Because that's the big topic. These people are traveling miles to get here for whatever reasons it is. And when they get here and they fucking grind out because they didn't have that opportunity where they were coming from. And I can't be mad at that. The only thing we're saying is, look, we can't bring them here and pay them pennies and expect for them, and expect for them to be able to thrive in society when the pennies that we're paying don't even allow them to live in the society that we live in. I'm just saying, we pay them just enough to keep them off the street.
I hear you, man. And some people still on the street.
It's just,
you know what I'm saying, and that's the double-edged sword with it.
Yeah, and look,
society. Go ahead.
We can talk about that until we're blue in the face, because there's so many different parts to it that create that dynamic that it's ridiculous. When we start getting into it saying, well, we can't pay people more because it costs too much. That's a crock of shit, because most of your companies aren't paying any fucking taxes. When we really get down to it, we have this big conversation about companies paying taxes. Amazon makes hundreds of billions of dollars and they pay zero in corporate taxes, and its system is set up for them to do so, right? And they pay their workers better than minimum wage. And even if we raise the minimum wage, that doesn't mean they have to change their shit.
Exactly.
If they can continue to pay them what they can pay them, but they end up paying taxes into the system that's helping them create the hundreds of billions that can help the less fortunate, and build other systems, better systems, so that the American dream can truly be realized and everybody can build access to it. The government is set up for the people.
But why? When you say the government is set up for the people, K Dizzle, I hate to say it, I love you to death like a brother. That's like, I disagree wholeheartedly.
Okay.
The government, I know I cut you off because
you're fine.
stuff. the government is set up for the people. But who's behind the lack of education of government resources? If the government's set up for the people, all we know about is food stamps and things of that nature. But like at the end of the day, if you still look at society and opportunity, a lot of people here, in my opinion, don't get the resources that maybe a Oni got because he might have came in with different, what's the word, I guess, financial status than a person from Chicago or a person from Baltimore City has, bro. That's all I'm saying. And then, like Arizona said, he loves how seeing everybody's getting into stocks now. No one was taught about stocks. Like when have you heard any education on stocks? I learned about stocks from you.
Access to information.
Oh man.
I don't know what's going on tonight, but my shit is tripping. I don't fucking know. I don't know what the fuck is going on tonight. The man, you know what they are doing? They are shutting down this conversation.
That's what I thought.
They don't want us to fucking have it.
Shut up, Kermit. Shut the fuck up.
They are shutting down this conversation. We got Metro PCS tonight. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Nah, Shanae, you got Metro PCS.
You got Metro PCS over there. But look, God damn, man. I was about to say something.
Hey, the chat is having a whole conversation.
The chat is going.
I love it tonight, man. Shout out to the chat, man. I see some replies. They calling each other out. We need a moderator for this, man.
Look, man. The way that this system is set up, like any organization, when we're talking about, when I say the government was set up for the people to support the people, I got Metro PCS Wi-Fi. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But when we say it's
straight talk,
the government is set up for the people, like any organization or any group. Okay,
yeah, please break this down, man.
Any organization or any group, the organization is only as good as the people running it. Okay, you can have great foundational principles. You can have great mottos, mantras, words to live by, organizational structures. You can have great channels for information. But if the people you have in place are fucking trash, it will always be trash. And everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say
Kimmy,
that.
what's up, Kimmy?
Hey, Kimmy, thanks for stopping in. Look, if you can work for a great company. The great company has great practices, right? Great things in place, but the people are shit. Everybody's had a shitty boss somewhere that did not align with the principles of the organization. So when I say the government is set up for the people that we have, that we kept in place in the government, have not been doing it for the people, period. They haven't been doing it for the people. And so until we change that, maybe we can get some real things changed. Everybody be able to realize the American dream for themselves, get access, get the opportunity, and making an even playing field.
But that's a beautiful comment, though, Kay, when you said that. Like, I think that you said that from a good space. And looking at Shanae commenting back to what you said, like we need to stay solution oriented. So at what point do we stop pointing the finger? And at what point do we stop letting ourselves being led to slaughter because we don't want to learn? I mean, at this point, we know who we and we know who they is, right?
Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. Let's
It's
stop.
fucking up my internet tonight. I don't know if I can
Yeah, let's stop, selling ourselves short and not try to think outside the box, because unfortunately, from this point on, I think from noticing and experiencing this pandemic, I think you're gonna have to kind of think outside the box just a little bit.
Yeah.
The things are a little bit different. I'm not depending on the government for shit because it wasn't built for me. And see, that's the thing. Like when you said K Dizzle, the government was built for the people, I knew you were sticking your neck out there on that one.
Oh, 100%. And look, here's the thing, Shanae. The government was built for you. It was built for the people on this land. And like I said before, at the beginning, the people that helped design and create this country and its laws, they had the best ideas and the best intentions. At the same time, they did some of the most racial and insensitive things in humankind. So that's
a huge at the same time.
they had the best intentions, but they only had intentions for themselves. They did not have intentions for black people or any color people or anyone like that. And that's just a fact. We are aware of that.
The people destroyed
the good and the bad thing is they wrote the laws in place that if they are followed to the letter, that gives us the same equal rights and opportunities as they do. So it was a good thing and a bad thing. Look at you raiding the shit. What's up? Guard raiding, and we almost fucking done out of here, man. Mike from the Force and all that shit. We talking about the American dream.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
And what
the
is
American dream, bro?
You got some
in the end. I'm glad you
through,
came after my fucking internet issues and shit, but goddamn. Look, the government don't even make it so I get paid the same amount as the man, so it's bullshit. Look, we know there's levels to this shit. We are still fighting for equal access on.
You
so
see
many
what
levels.
I'm saying, Kay? You see how many different pockets of conversation?
There's so many different pockets of conversation.
You got the sector of women. You got the sector of race. You got the sector of religion. You got the sector of sexism. All trying to find the American dream, and that's what we're talking about. You know what I mean? We think about these topics every week, right?
The AMC.
Because what? AMC?
AMC stock.
Yeah.
I'm real life mad because I had about $500 in it and I sold it a while back. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
But I mean, that's the biggest thing is like, this is real. Like this is shit that we need to talk about and think about because you got to catch up, man. And that's where I'm at. Like, if you don't catch up and pay attention to what's going on around you, you will get left. And you don't want to get left now because I think that they're showing you, again, we keep saying it. We've said they so many times tonight with no identification. I don't know who the fuck we talking about anymore.
We know what we talking about.
They are constantly promoting and producing things to stay 3 steps ahead, man. So just catch up, guys, and, try to help each other. Try to take care of yourselves and your generation behind you so you can instill and implant those values that Mark Nebo and Shanae and Arizona and everybody's been talking about.
And look, when we're talking about the American dream at this point, if you're living in ignorance, that's your choice because as Americans, we have resources at hand. And that's what I want to get to the nitty gritty on the conversation, period. The American dream, what is it today? It is exactly whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Right.
Because you have access and you have opportunity now more than ever to do whatever the fuck you want. And I harp on this 100,000 times. And after I make my first YouTube video, then I'll be a part of the clan. But we have kids out here making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year making YouTube videos and removing themselves from the cogs of the wheels of the systems, saying, hey, fuck your job, fuck your education. I'm going to do it my way.
I'm trying to be one of those kids. What you talking about? Shit.
There are thousands of kids on Twitch as we're broadcasting, making all the fucking money that they want to make, exactly saying, hey, fuck the way that you want me to do things and fuck your system. There's a way for me to go out here and make money, and I'm going to do it my way. And there's nothing that you can do to stop me because right now there isn't. So your American dream is whatever you want it to be. And no matter how old you are, you can always start today. Period. Point blank. You can start. And if look, and I said this to Mark, and I said this to everybody else. If it takes you, no matter how old you are, if it takes you 10 years, okay, to make $15,000 a month, does it fucking matter? Yes or no?
Hell
No.
yeah, because I was tired of shit.
No, it don't matter.
Fuck you, man. I'm
You're
tired,
at 10, you're at 15 grand a month, you're at 20 grand a month, or you takes 10 years to make $1 million, you've made $1 million. And if you made 1 million, you can figure out make another million. Okay.
The younger generation is being blindsided and trusting what's being dictated instead of doing their own research. And that's kind of what we were talking about, Ken, before you got into the chat. Like me and Kay touched on that, and the narrative that's been pushed to get everybody to chase that quote unquote American dream. You know, that's been the message, and we had a phenomenal conversation tonight. I mean, we're in the 10:43. This is the latest we've ever gone, Kay.
It's the latest we ever
done. I know your ass was late, but shit, we're going to 10:43. I'm missing the Mayweather Logan Paul fight. Go pay the 50. Go pay the 50 now. I got 50 that Floyd's gonna win, but then again, you won't bet me because they're not gonna say a winner.
I'm not gonna. They ain't gonna say a winner, so it don't even fucking matter.
That's why I can't hate on Kevin Samuels.
All right, they made their own way, bro. I'm telling you, they made their own fucking way. All you got to do is start. So the American dream is exactly whatever you want it to be. Don't
okay, what you tell me, right?
Life.
What you tell us about this show? You said stay consistent, right?
Stay consistent. Stay consistent. This is part of our American dream, and doing this because we love it. And no matter the fucking what, that's why I'm sitting here in swimming trunks, and he was in South Beach when we did an episode, because we fucking love to do this. We love y'all, and we enjoy having these conversations. They be deep enthralled, and you motherfuckers take it to the left and the right and the up and the down. All right, where's Hoes Can Grow? I ain't see her in a minute. Hashtag
Bianca was in the chat.
Will never die to me.
Bianca was in the chat.
Bianca's in the chat. Work hard at your craft.
Yes.
The fight is on, so we're gonna end this joint right here. Look, you know where to find us. We're gonna centralize everything. Facebook.com ADU podcast.
Please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube.
Share. Go to YouTube right
All Dressed
now.
Up Podcast.
Go to YouTube right now. Go All Dressed Up Podcast. Subscribe to it. We post the videos, our episodes, the next day on there, so you can check them out again and rewind back the tape and talk all your shit and see if you sound dumb or you sound smart. Either way, go watch, subscribe, and like it and share it. Help us get the algorithm going and get rocking.
Tell your aunties, tell your cousins, tell your grandma, tell your daddy that the All Dressed Up Podcast is coming on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock, man. I'm having a great time with you, K Dizzle. This is episode 18. It was the American Dream, or whatever you call it. Strap up, save your pennies, man.
Get right.
Hit us up on the All Dressed Up Podcast on Facebook Live and on Instagram and on YouTube.
Hey, we love y'all, man. We out. Peace.
You know, and I know, and they know, and we know, we go all in, you know, and I know, they know, 'cause we know.